is it? What's the date?
Date? I know the date.
I don't care.
So we have to look at our phones to look at the date, bro. That's the kind of reality.
I saw the date. I don't care.
He's looking at his watch though, man.
I don't care what date it is.
Really?
Your watch tells you the date?
Yeah, not my phone. I'm a little advanced.
सही भाई next level. कह रहे वो कांटे मारते हैं हम यहाँ पे Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, he's speaking Hindi now. Lovely. So the thing about this podcast is like you're gonna use English because your viewers were a bit skeptical for the use of a colonial language. We are decolonizing today, right?
Right, but you know we're gonna live in our own brains, brother, because we have to speak जो हमें बोलना है, bro. Whatever, however way we speak, we should speak that way, man.
Totally,
I don't wanna like see suggestions are important. It's very important to hear from people. कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं bro हिंदी में बात कर, थोड़ा free flow रहता है. And I agree with that. 100%. क्योंकि जब अपने boys के साथ हिंदी में बात करते हैं बढ़िया रहता है bro. But when you do go into English, I think there's a separate level of advantage that comes with it. You're able to express yourself better in more technical terms.
I'll be honest with you. I'll ask you this question. What are you most comfortable with? Are we the last living Englishmen, and are we okay with English?
We're not going to be the last living, bro. We're neo-colonialized.
We're the last Commonwealth.
I think the jack is out of our flag, so we don't come under the Commonwealth literally.
Yeah.
But I think Hindi is our mother tongue for the northerners, and it will always be the tongue we are most comfortable with.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So let's take to
Punjabis would say Punjabi is my tongue.
Punjabi is like a little commercialized pop culture and all that, you know. So it tingles the right people. The use of Punjabi.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think Punjabi
I
can be
have a
sidelined.
feeling Punjabi is a universal language, brother. Like, you know, you can understand Punjabi.
Punjabi is an emotion. It's not a language. It's an emotion.
It is an emotion.
It is an emotion.
It is an emotion.
Feeling. That's what they say about Pune, right? Pune is a state of mind, not a city.
I think it is. I've been there for like just 4 days. That was years back, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
It is a hip city, I would say. These guys are pretty sick.
There's something about Pune, bro. Pune is like one of those really. It's not moved with time much, right? I don't know. Maybe it's changed a bit.
It was always ahead of its time. I think.
Ahead of its time.
Yeah. The people over there.
Dude, you talk to someone from Mumbai. It's like the same talking to somebody from Delhi and asking them to shift to Chandigarh. Would you shift to Chandigarh? Probably
for my retirement. If I can save much.
See, that's the thing, right? So you'll have to wait till you're 60 to be sure of your own self to go to Chandigarh.
Yeah.
It's a nice city. It's clean. It's clean.
It is so.
It's a little quieter, man. If you've stayed a lot of your years in Delhi, just going to Chandigarh to feel like okay.
The chaos, bro. We want the city chaos.
I think all of our parents have a plan for Chandigarh. Like my parents do. What about yours?
I don't know. I haven't asked, but
I'll tell you what my mother is thinking these days. Panchkula, dude. Have you heard of that place?
Yeah.
Odalta, Panchkula.
Like Panchkula. Chandigarh is like an NCR, right? Tri-city.
Yeah.
Chandigarh, Panchkula, and Mohali.
You're right.
Makes sense.
It's good that she wants to move there as an old person. If you move there as a young person, you're highly likely to get into drugs, brother. Panchkula.
That's such a genuine.
Anyway, like. The people watching this are probably on drugs right now, aren't you?
I'm pretty sure.
Aren't you? At least whichever frame that I put in.
So if like 100 people are watching, how many of them do you think are on some kind of drugs right now?
I think 60 of them and the rest 40 are lying.
Okay, then let's go a little granular. What kind of drugs are they on to?
I think they're definitely doped. I think it is quite
pot,
dope, ganja, charas.
Dude, I think it's not as
prevalent. Devil's lettuce. Whatever you want to call it.
Lettuce?
Yeah.
Lettuce is a drug?
Booty.
Devil's lettuce, booty. Not lettuce.
Do you mean DMT, bro?
Devil is prefixing lettuce.
Now you remember 8वीं line Shiv Ketu ki. Bhang pee ke baita hai bole.
Yeah, boomers are okay with bhang, yeah. Boomers bhang पी लेंगे.
तो याद करना था वो.
Yeah. होली में भांग पी लेंगे हमारा गांजा पकड़ लिया तो like I don't do ganja. Do you do ganja? I don't think
it's almost it just brings a parallel like that movie, man. Have you seen the movie Anarchy, where there's one day every citizen is allowed to commit crime and you're not going to be put in jail for that. So Holi is that one day you could do all those drugs.
Was that Anarchy or was that Purge?
I think that was Purge.
See, bro, the thing with bhang is it's still legal because in the NDPS Act we don't have the flower in it.
Yeah.
It's a leaf and the seed are still legal. It's a grey zone ambiguity out there.
Yeah.
So bhang allowed hai, but if you smoke hash or the resin of the flower or if you smoke the bud, then you're behind bars because it's illegal.
You can't smoke it, you can consume it the other way from a different hole.
It's really
what the fuck is
Which hole, man?
Which hole are we talking about?
Kafi
You can take it up your ass.
It's a lot of hypocrisy, right? What do you think? Like this, it's so weird because as like young people who have been exposed to certain chemicals like freaking say cannabis or like some other drugs or something like that. We have seen people doing it around us, right? Wouldn't you want the best for them? Wouldn't you want them to have something clean? Or rather buy it from a guy who jerks off 3 times a day or something?
Yeah, probably giving you with the same hands, not even washed, you know.
कह रहे पसीने वाला माल है भाई जी, ये पी के देखो.
वही गोलगप्पे वाली बात है यार, भैया ने खुजली नहीं करी तो तीखा नहीं लगता. Something like that.
ये वो कान के पीछे से उंगली मल के एक बार देना बोल थोड़ा दही में भी गंदे हाथ चल रहा है.
I think that is why most of Indians are like quite immune to this Chinese virus. Wuhan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think so?
I think it is because of those golgappas. I think.
The patties, the samosas, छोले भटूरे.
झांग साफ करके थोड़ा हाथ डुबो दो उसी पानी में.
अरे पब्लिक का कुत्ता डीडीए पार्क में घूमता है, इसको भी प्यार किया थोड़ा, छोले भटूरे बनाए.
भाई you saw that public कुत्ता है, right? The fucking street dog who looked like Firefox Mozilla.
Maybe he was like, I was like. Orange fox, it's a dog of course.
Bro, he looked at the dog and he's like, that looks like Firefox, the internet browser. And I was like, yeah, dude.
That basically is a fox.
It is a fox.
Yeah. That's the Portuguese equivalent of civilians, man. You know, they came here, they bred, a couple of them stayed in Goa, they look different, they look Indian. What are you, man? What are you?
Have you seen these Caucasian Sikh people in Rishikesh?
I've seen Caucasian people.
Big community of Caucasian people who have turned to Sikhism.
What's Caucasian to be very honest? Could you define it clearly?
White
people.
Primarily white. Yeah. European, Slavic, now even American.
Yeah.
Right, but I think in the Nazi,
white ass people, brother.
But the concept of white supremacy, the Nazis' concept of that Aryan race, the Slavics were the lowest. I mean, they didn't like Russians, not just because they were communists, but they were Slavics. So they were like, Russians are the lowest. Then come the Europeans, then the Northern Europeans, the Germans, Italians, Swedes, they are the master race.
Yeah, because they were the Vikings, right? Bigger, taller,
creme de la creme,
brown, blue eyes,
masculine.
But what if you're a Slavic person and you're a savage and everybody thinks you're a dumb?
I think Slavics are the most masculine people in the world. I mean, contrary to what these...
what do you think of Africans, dude? What do you think of their
Africans?
They've been working on the plantation for so many years. There's an ancestral DNA and their evolution happened in such a way that all of the athletes, all of the runners, all of those martial artists are black. NBA players, blacks.
NBA. I mean, I think basketball is always a black thing from the start.
Right.
It's a genetic thing.
Isn't that racist? Like having only like 90% of the NBA players are black.
Yeah.
Is that racist?
Like 100% of kabaddi champions are Indians. Is that racist?
That's a good question, man.
Yeah.
See, I have a feeling that's probably because they're better, they're more competent, and we're in a capitalist society. And in capitalism, competence, a lot of people think that, it's just about making money. But you have to be a good basketball player to make it to the NBA. There's no racism, none of that shit.
See, how I see it, I do get your point of capitalism and utilizing the resource which is going to do greater than a white person because of the genetic reason. But I do feel basketball has a height thing. Because of the dunk and everything, and wrestling has a center of gravity thing. So for shorter people, having a center of gravity right at their navel has a different athletic ability to it. So that's why wrestling would have more heavier people, jinki jange tagdi hai like Haryanavi people, and the center of gravity would be at the right place because they can revolve around it. Taller people don't have the center of gravity at the right place where it should be. They can do long jumps, but they can't do the bends better, or all of those wrestling areas. So you won't see a very tall guy extremely good in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Precisely. I think it's always the short ones who are masters, 10 years, 15 years, taking classes internationally.
But they can't shoot dunks, brother.
Yeah, they can't.
That's exactly Einstein says. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, you're always going to say it's a dumb fuck.
I mean, the fish that came out of the water literally climbed a tree. That is why we have vertebrates, right?
Yeah, that's centuries of evolution right there. All of us came from water. Like Earth was just
like
water.
that, like evolution wise.
Yeah.
So Einstein is wrong. We just proved Einstein is wrong, That is a achievement in itself.
But in order to prove Einstein wrong, we needed millennials to prove him wrong. Like in the short term, Einstein was so right, dude.
Well, he was for his time.
Dude, cutting to the chase. Tell us about HOI. I'm not even sorry for saying fuck. Dude, I'm so self-critical. Sorry, I'm cutting to the HOI. I'm so self-critical these days about using the word fuck and BC. Like, I find it to be part of my lingo, but I want to kind of like just grade it out and use it when it's necessary. Like, do you guys
necessary?
Do you guys like see yourself?
He wants to like mix in with the high society, you know. अभी playlist भी बदल देगा अपनी. पहले
jazz सुनेगा.
Jazz नहीं, opera, Mozart and something.
Like sometimes you don't need to say fuck. You know, but you just add it.
You just need to fuck. That is the whole part.
Yeah.
We all need to fuck, brother.
We all just need to do it. Don't say it.
Do you really think so? We need or do we want?
I think they are more or less the same thing. Needs and wants.
The marketing would say, MBA guys would tell you, need, want and desire is a whole different concept, and they have different set of campaigns set in. And you know, you're a marketing guy too.
I'm not a strong marketing guy.
I'll be honest with you. You marketed a private group to the point it scaled up to 15,000, maybe 20,000. I don't know the numbers.
Yeah.
Scaled it, and without letting it out in public, without no promotions like that, because you know if you promote.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah,
but anyway, it died despite we didn't take those steps. Still, it died somehow.
How long did you guys survive?
I think it was 3.5 years. We started in the winters of 2016. It was December the 8th. We created the group.
December the 8th.
We just had a 4th anniversary.
Oh yeah, man, nice.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a feeling with your ex, man. You know?
See, you saying HOI
you
is
would have
dead.
made it for 4 years.
You're the creator of HOI.
No, I wouldn't say I'm the creator. Like it is a
co-creator. So you're the co-creator of HOI, but you say it's dead. I have, as a person who followed HOI, you did say HOI is dead.
The group is dead.
The group is dead, but HOI is not dead. Exactly, the spirit is still there, man.
Yeah, the pages are still there. The broadcasting is still there.
Right.
The community aspect of that brand is gone.
Right.
Not even a brand. I would say it's a project.
So for the uninitiated, I would just want to say HOI is House of Ill Reputed.
Yeah, that basically means brothel, but I like that name. Makes me a pimp.
MVP pimp, brother.
Yeah, kind of that.
But we are crazy, right? For 3 years, you guys had parties, right?
Yeah, we had 3, and they were not just parties. They were like a proper event you would do for a community.
Right.
Like there is, you heard of the people?
Where Dhaka plays and Nagi plays as well.
Yeah. So they function more or less on the same aspect. They have a Facebook group and it's a partying community. Ours is a comedy/meme community.
Right.
So we have parties, something like that.
Right.
So what do you guys do in parties?
We party, yeah.
What do you party? Do you guys have like a joke session, a meme showing session?
Yeah,
that's a good question actually.
We do that because that is what is keeping the fucking brand relevant, right? Like you can't divert from jokes and everything to something else. We tried that. We tried to go the extra mile and make it into a wholesome community, but that doesn't work. People were there for one reason only, and that was to express themselves, how to make fun of themselves.
Right.
Yeah. So
and through memes.
But I'd want to say, like, you know, when I was part of it too, and I'd been part of it when it was relaunched and revamped in a different way.
Yeah.
There were some of the memes, dude. They were out of the goddamn charts, and no matter how much I want to tell myself I'm not a butthurt person, or I'm too open-minded to be even in the civilized society or part of the corporate. They were beyond redemption, dude. How do you deal with that?
That brings me to something like, what would you say to somebody who looks at a meme and gets butthurt? What is that like?
Just scroll.
Just scroll, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not entitled to a fucking news feed. That is what you are looking at.
Yeah.
Right? Like just move on. That is the best thing I could say.
Yeah. But I think there are levels
to
everything.
But that works like a reverse psychology. You tell them to move on. Like, nahi. आपने कैसे किया है? How can you say this? How can you say that?
Yeah.
Like I can, you can't. Right. That is the difference, right?
तुम्हारी freedom of speech, मेरी freedom of speech.
And how did it work? Like really getting into the nitty-gritty of it. There were 4 guys who were deciding what kind of content is.
I think they were like 10 guys.
10 moderators.
10 ads and moderators, 3 women, 7 men.
Right.
All of us are like very proactive.
And and there was this Jack of the week, the star of the week.
We there is a thing called Deck of Dang. So Dang is like, it is now a cliche word, I would say. It has been overused and thrown around, chewed out, shoved it up from your ass and all that.
Right.
But you know, there is a thing called Deck of Dang. So
Deck of Dang.
Yeah. You play cards.
I do.
So you know there is a
mostly bluff
from Ace to the Kings. So that is how we rank them, because we thought top 10 is too less. Like there are more people than the top 10. Top 50 looks like a fucking billboard. Yeah, this is not music, right? But we had in mind that 50-55 people are a good way to, recognize, give a sort of recognition.
Right.
You can answer the two.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe there was somebody called Anshul, he was doing pretty well.
Yeah. I think if Anshul is watching this, man, you fucking took us off the charts. Right, so
yeah, Anshul.
You're also Anshul, by the way.
Yeah, my namesake. I love all Anshul.
Yeah.
There's another Anshul Jubilee who won the MMA MFN in Dubai.
Oh man, Anshuls are killing it everywhere.
Fucking killing it.
So this deck of Dank was divided the way the card hierarchy goes. I've never played cards, so I think 2 is the lowest.
Sure. Yeah.
2 to
possibly.
10, then the jacks, then the queens. It was quite gender balanced. It was like 54 cards are there, right? Okay. So the thing was 27 have to be male, 27 have to be female. So agar dukhe aaye, 2s aaye, so 2 will be male, 2 will be female. Okay. From 2 to 10, even the jacks will follow that 2:2 ratio. The queens were always women, the kings were always men.
So they were equal, queens and kings.
Always.
Makes
always.
sense.
And the last one was Ace.
Yeah.
Oh, Ace again, 2:2. Then came the 2 jokers. They were like the best of the lot. Yeah.
And they were the cards that were never used in a playing game.
Yeah, exactly. That is the whole point.
But those are the kind of guys you'd want to hang out with, those 2 jokers?
I don't know. I've never met them. Okay. I think I've met Anshul. This was Noida in Pune. But he was a quite intellectual guy, and he was fucking jacked.
Is that Anshul Jain?
No, Anshul
the
Singh.
Dank Lord guy?
Anshul Singh.
Anshul Singh.
Yeah,
I remember him.
And I was quite surprised. He's like 6'1" and he's fucking jacked,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just the natural dad bod, I guess, but yeah.
Dude,
I like his personality.
I was telling you how you guys did parties in 2017 and that was a really shit year for me, man. And I was like going through some bullshit.
You want to talk about it?
No, I don't mind talking about it, but the thing is that
if you were all the podcast, Naman has kind of put like mystery puzzles everywhere talking about those years.
Bro,
you gotta watch all of those podcasts.
You're fishing a girl, playing a mystery man?
No,
Zodiac killer, bro.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah. After 20 years, the girl gets to know when she's pregnant. Naman had a crush on her.
Dude, 2017 HOI. Bro, I used to be really like just watching shit on HOI, watching the memes, looking at the comments. I was so surprised by a community like this even existing and people being really respectful to themselves. Like from the outside, it kind of might look like, hey, this is a dank meme group where people are just saying,
No, you're catching the right drift because that is what happens in between. Like some people I would say were socially quite reserved. For them, this was a channel to like let go, right? And that gets toxic at some point. I mean, because they are not very bright in that aspect. They're 20, 21, 22, just out of college.
Right.
Maybe had a bad college,
Super
or a bad
woke.
life.
Super woke.
Super woke. No, I mean, in HOI, nobody is woke. That is the whole point. Right? Because if you're woke, you'll object to almost any content which is out there.
Right. And you'll be weeded out.
That's also an issue with the liberal and also the super woke. Why would they want to quit? If you're woke, you also realize that there is some intrinsic part of you that's super dark as well.
Yeah,
and people want to just curb it all their lives.
I think most of these guys were quite left-leaning because I think the concept of freedom of expression comes from the left.
Sure.
So these guys are pretty liberal, And if you look at their memes, they were quite aligning with their political inclinations, right?
Yeah.
But nobody cared. You could have like right and left. Both the memes were entertained and nobody would judge each other or fight each other, right? That was the environment we wanted. Like if you're a sexist or if you're a feminist, you both can have memes over there.
Yeah.
Right, so...
And there were some misogynist memes, there were memes
I mean misogyny itself is a very offensive thing. Yeah. So you convert that into a joke. It will be a joke always. Like racism is bad.
Yeah.
Pedophiles are bad.
Yeah,
right.
There were jokes like that.
Right.
For
So
Christian communities, there were crazy jokes.
I mean, come on. Fathers are like the altar boys.
Yeah.
Most favorite and all that. So,
co-ed boys, the father is going to rid you of all
salvation in a little kid's mouth.
Yeah. Redemption for you. Dude. Jesus died for your sins.
What if you took all the memes from HOI and made like an ebook or some kind?
I have it on my phone right here.
Really?
Yeah.
You have it collated like a PDF?
I'll just show you my account.
Man, that would be the most offensive book of all time, bro. With the comments in it.
I think you make it big. 5 years you hustle in any arena, put it out there, man. Just say
this will be a free upload on what is that website? Soft, where you download that VLC wala player. Yeah.
Softonic?
Yeah, I'll put it there. I'll put a zip file. See, even right now I have like 12,597 memes. in a folder, and some of them are still not compiled. So
you
I
have a collection of 12,000 memes?
Yeah.
There is no way you should not have saved it anyway. Yeah, you did a smart
I think we're in the presence of brilliance.
We're in the presence
this phone is the presence of not me. It's just a collection.
You have it saved on
the
cloud?
Dude, collection is
underrated. I have not saved it on a cloud. I have it on my memory card.
They must be not a very heavy file, right? Because they're images. These
I am fucked.
There's a 3.5 year of community work in that shit.
No, it's okay. It's all there.
You're gonna make 12,000 memes again?
I'm not gonna make it. I'm just gonna remember it and probably, rip it off in my stand-up in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is how it works.
I would love to do stand-up.
Plagiarism is the best form of flattery.
Right. I think you do really well as a stand-up, brother. You should just. Have you done open mics?
No, this is my first open mic, I would say. This is the mic I'm seeing for the first time.
I'm glad I got this mic for you, man. This minute.
Out there in the open with some fruit penis right there.
Oh yeah, like
we made what do you think of this, guys? Anybody on the right?
Oh my god, I don't even know, what is this? This is hideous.
This is art right there. This is dank, HOI.
This is like the fourth dick in the room, right?
Yeah, and we could actually open it up, man.
And it's the most nutritious.
It's okay, it's the smallest. Yeah. We are hung dudes, aren't we?
Right.
No, we aren't. We're Indians.
We'd want to believe we are. Let's live in the bubble.
We keep it a mystery,
Damn, man.
No, look at my palm. The palm reflects the size of my dick.
Is that true?
That's what they say, man. Your heart, you make a face.
We should ask the girls
of your heart.
We'll give them a call and
Right, I think women would have more information about this, right?
We should ask them. We should not judge it for ourselves. Every man's dick is big according to them.
You think so? I think a lot of guys must be just walking around with this complex, man. I know my dick is not big. It's like how you.
That is sad, actually.
It is sad. It's like one of those dudes who like 4'10", They know they're short. Like
no, of course. If somebody is 4'10", he will get somebody who's like 4'5" or 4'4" something. He doesn't have
even 5'3". 5'3" is short. If you're a guy who's 5'3", you're short. The shortest guy to make it to the NBA, like we talked about last time, is 5'3". Wow. If you're 5'1", you cannot make it to the NBA. You can't do it. I'm sorry, brother.
That's what Naman says, man. Brother, you should change your profession. 5'1", you've been trying too hard for something else. If you can have that kind of discipline, put it off for becoming a pimp.
But to say that those guys don't know that they are short would be wrong. I think they know they're short.
They're aware, but
so in the same level, like somebody might know what you can just Google what the average size of a dick is, and you can take a measuring tape and measure your dick. If it's shorter than, but
Naman, I really want to ask, where do we get the statistical data from? Nobody came up to me and asked the size of my dick.
Of course, and nobody's going to ask 1.2 billion people, right?
Yeah, so how do you exactly know? And even having a 1 inch lesser than the average would give you complexities. And
I think Jansher is right. You should talk to the women about this, brother. Maybe they.
But women could also better talk about their partners or themselves, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But how would they have a survey data like that? It is a mystery. Who the fuck does it?
Yeah.
No, I think it's more about body dysmorphia, if that is I'm pronouncing it right?
I think you are.
Okay. So, I mean, people are obsessed with their tires, with the way their double chin looks or their nose. So, same is with their penis. It's the same thing. Right.
That's a good point, man.
So,
that's the body dysmorphia.
Yeah,
right?
like no matter what you do, you fucking do Kegels, right? You eat proteins and it is hard as a rock. You still be like, That is the case with some people, right? It's all in here. It's not hair or anywhere. It's all in here, right?
Right, brother. That's a very good
point. How you feel
point.
about yourself? Body image, dude.
Yeah. Exactly. It's
and
the body image.
The internet's not helping with the flawed data. Where are you getting the data from?
Right.
I mean,
might be Americans having
4.1 point is very interesting. Who goes for these surveys? Like, if there's data on Google, who is getting their dick measured?
And I really want to say, with China being the most closed country, what if they have 7 inches? Some country is going to skew the data because Wuhan is having 7 inches dicks. They had some kind of body demorphication, right? Or maybe Japanese after the nuclear bomb.
Dicks with the COVID now, sadly. They fucked us over, man.
COVID dicks.
They fucked us over pretty bad.
You got the COVID, right?
Yeah, I am a COVID
recovery. You made it, man.
How are the symptoms, man? Like, I've never talked to anyone.
I think I believe in evolution and Charles Darwin.
Yeah.
So I am his chosen one because I had no symptoms. Yeah.
Maybe you were asymptomatic?
I was asymptomatic, but I think most of us can't escape the loss of smell and loss of taste.
Damn.
That was there for 6 days. I was a little fatigued on the day one.
Why did you get yourself tested if you were asymptomatic?
No, I'll tell you what. Because
it's a good thing that you did it, by the way.
No, because we had to. Some neighbor of us visited us on Diwali. and they tested positive 2 days later. And it was the right thing to do.
Right.
And surprisingly, we tested positive as well.
All of you.
So basically,
no, I have 4 people in my family. Of course, 2 parents and 2 siblings.
And all of them were negative and you were positive?
Only the sibling was negative. Me and my parents were positive.
Right.
Your parents are good? No COVID symptoms?
No. My dad was a bit off.
He had cough.
Yeah, he had a strong cough. But no fever. No fever, no fatigue, no running nose, no sore throat, nothing like that. Just the food for the 6 days was like blah.
Right.
Namak ka hai isme?
राजमा चावल डालो इसके पेट में.
It was like chewing cotton. If you have ever nibbled on cotton as a kid.
Don't even say it. My teeth hurt.
Yeah, it is something like
Don't
that.
say it.
Because there is no taste. It's just like chewing on it.
But,
chewing on it.
Yeah.
And it's like so boring. I would put mirch masala and all that.
Dude,
nothing would work.
Yeah. Oh
my god, I can sympathize with any listener who has this thing where cotton in your mouth just makes it.
But out of all those pandemics, man, having just 6 days of food feeling like cotton, I think that's not a bad pandemic.
I had all those things which I used to like ye nahi khana, like methi. I don't like methi.
That's the first world issues, bro.
First world.
WhatsApp aane shuru ho gaye the logo ke, bro, you should do this, take this, get some research on.
Just listen to your doctor. That's all I would say.
Man,
There is a doctor who will be in touch with you for the first week. He'll ask your temperature and your oxygen level every day around 10 to 1, morning, afternoon, whatever. And after that, if the reports or what you have been reporting honestly to him, if he feels it's okay, he'll be like, अब इसके बाद आपको कॉल नहीं आएगी, कोई भी symptoms आने के लिए दिल्ली सरकार से संपर्क करें. Thank you.
Nice.
That's it.
Because
Delhi Sarkar, good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because it seems like you worked on your immunity and we don't have to put too much pressure. You're not the one who's going to be needing the ventilator.
I think my immunity is much more attributed to my weight loss goals because I was trying to lose weight for the past 2-3 months. And I was on a good diet. It was a pretty good diet. So I think because of that diet, my immunity was pretty killer. Right.
You were able to better take care of yourself.
Yeah. For those 7 days, I was like, fuck the diet. I'm sick now. I was binge eating. But I think the diet was the main thing responsible for my good immunity. So
binge eating is so real, right?
Yeah.
I think it's become the trend. It's so difficult to stave off of those foods. If you can get a bag of chips, man, you gotta finish that stuff.
It's gonna be
I'm not gonna share it.
Yeah, man. This kind of foods are just available for us to eat, and we're locked down in our houses. There's not much space to work out or something. I mean, if you really want to work out, you can work out.
Yeah.
But when you do eat a lot of shitty foods, it makes you feel terrible, man. It makes you feel like you don't want to wake up. You don't want to do anything, man.
Have you had
get those layers of fat on and on and on?
Have you had those friends? Have you had those friends who said, "Okay, Modi ji ne lockdown bol diya." Let me go to 24/7 and get as many chips, as many Oreos, as many fucking Cheetos.
I think
so happy I'm not friends with those people.
And get it and stock it because these are not essential items and I'm not going to be able to get it. So let me get them and eat it over the next 90 days till the lockdown's there.
Yeah, I think people were like that, preparing for the apocalypse.
Right.
I think some people have a bunker in their house and they were finally happy to use it. World is being opening.
Get a sona bhenko bahar. And all of those things.
Yeah, super preppers, right?
Yeah, dude.
No, I think we need the same.
Why do people need tissue papers, man? It's the weirdest shit ever.
Indians, I don't think we ever needed.
Dude, I'm so sure tissue paper saves.
I think where that comes from because
I don't know, magga and
pani,
Fuck that shit. जब jet आया था हम कह रहे थे तुम European हो गए बहन से. या ईंट लगाओ घास लगाओ.
That is why whenever the brown guys go outside, they don't want to do anal with a fucking white chick.
Brown boy.
That's disgusting. You fucking wiping
I've never heard that sentence in my life.
No, of course.
When brown boys go outside, they don't want to have anal sex.
Yeah, not with a white chick. No.
Really? Why? Why is that? Just wear a condom.
No, just ask him to shower, dude.
No,
shower with her and clean it.
Dude, you don't go inside the anus to clean the anus out. But why is it? Why is that?
What?
Because the first impression that they wipe it off. If you had shit smeared on your face, are you gonna wash it or are you gonna wipe it?
Yeah, but I think
Dude, I never thought about that.
Nobody's gonna look at it or come near it. Let me just, be convenient about it. Just wipe it off and just wear my pants up. And that seems like a very shitty thing to do.
What he just said. If you have shit on your face,
Yeah.
Would you wipe it? Would you put water on it?
I would clean it with soap deliberately.
Yeah, maybe not soap. See, you know what? A lot of people overuse soap. I have a feeling, I could be wrong, I'm a dummy.
Yeah, they'll have some skin problems later.
I mean, soap is to cut oil. If you have oil, soap is needed to cut oil. You don't need soap.
They'll fuck up with their moisture.
What if I give you a weird perspective about it? So there's shit in your body anyway, that's around your body.
Yeah, it's stored here, right?
It's stored inside. And those are the
Could be here.
Could be here, could be here.
Most people it's here. Out of the mouth, you know.
Exactly, brother. A lot of people just walking around with shit in their head.
Yeah, exactly.
And they manifest it with their behavior.
Yeah.
But you know, off late, I've been meeting some really cool people, man. I don't want to complain about people because most people are nice. They're just good people. They just
might be going through some shit. That's why they speak shit, think shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's like dominoes of shit.
Right.
You know, one thing goes wrong, everything falls apart. Like shit. Totally.
Yeah, shit people.
Shit people.
You know when sometimes you get angry, your breath starts to stink. Like mine does. Like if I'm really angry, my breath will start to stink.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how does that happen?
I don't know. I just like maybe it's this internal system of some kind, but I can notice it. Like if I do this.
That's true, man.
I'm angry. Oh, this stinks.
I mean, everybody is a little different with that kind of biological statement, but I do get when I'm a little stressed with work and everything, I do see breakouts on my forehead, dude. I do see.
You can see the veins?
Pimples. Little breakouts. Like I can feel like my hormones changing, and I can feel I'm not at my best self, and there are pimples breaking out here, dude. And I can feel it. Okay, they're not popping out.
It's like throwback to the puberty days, brother.
Yeah, but it doesn't, man. It doesn't. You lose your hair as well.
First time masturbating, yay!
Dude, we actually talked about this on the last podcast, man.
Gregory Roger Waters.
Who is he?
One of my schoolmates, dude. First time he masturbated.
Anglo-Indian?
He might have a lineage from one of the Caucasian.
He's Indian.
Must be Syrian, bro.
Yeah.
He's a rice bag converter. Sorry. But that is what it is.
I don't even know what that means.
That means that at some point, the ancestors converted for a bag of rice. That is the caricature, I would say. But I don't think it should be frowned upon like that. People have the right to choose their religion.
Sure, right. And poverty can actually really compel them to change religion and actually change a lot of
like
even if
you like Jesus more than Krishna, like who cares?
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
that helps you sail this life, man.
Yeah. You're still gonna take a shit in the morning. Yeah. You're still gonna say hi to whoever is living around you and be good to them. Hopefully, still gonna do your job.
Yeah.
I'm an atheist, so I get to criticize. Basically,
are you an atheist?
Yes, sir.
Do you think of yourself as an atheist?
No, it's not a thinking thing. You know?
What I mean is, do you
believe in the
associate
concept of gods?
Not at all.
Or would you say you're
there is not even a higher power. I think nature is the.
Yeah, would you say you're an agnostic or an atheist for sure?
Atheist for sure.
And I'm not trying to change
you can't
your
existence.
Don't be an atheist, bro. How can you be an atheist?
If you can't prove the existence and if you can't disapprove the existence, because so wouldn't you want to say?
It would just take one evidence to totally kill atheism. It's been like 5,000 years since we invented religion.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been
invented a what?
Religion. Organized religion.
Scientology?
No.
Scientology.
Or religion.
Tom Cruise shit.
Yeah. It's a Scientology.
I didn't find it interesting.
I'm so sure there are new religions popping every day.
You know the founder of Scientology, I'll just track back a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was a science fiction author.
Wow.
That guy wrote
Makes
science fiction books.
Makes sense.
Science fiction books. And he said, okay, I know Jesus, I know nothing. I know a little bit about a religion. And okay, everything is controlling people.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make a smarter, more modern, 21st century adapting religion. People can abide by it. Tom Cruise said, okay, let me be a part of it. And I swear to God, my sister, when she was in college, she used to go to her DU college. There were guys right outside her college gate who would approach her with pamphlets and say, ma'am, just come to one of our seminars. We just want to talk about it. My sister said, okay, you know what, I'm getting late. Just take my number. Just leave me alone.
Oh my God.
They would approach her for the next 90 days, every third day.
It's supposed to be 3 days actually.
Really?
Yeah, so same goes how Jesus went, crucified, risen 3 days later or something like that.
For an atheist, you know a lot about religion.
Of course, like the stupidity has to be
in order to
uncovered
really
in detail,
Yeah.
Like how can you
when you get to know about it, you realize, oh, this is a bag of bullshit.
Bag of shit.
See, that's the thing, right? I think all religions were cults, but then the person who founded the religion died. Then it became a religion. The cult became a religion.
True, because when you think about it, every religion when it was founded, the books were written by their disciples and then translated, and then generations later they were
republished,
Testament 1, Testament 2. Veda 1, Veda 2, all of those, like, and then now we read it in a translated from Pali to Sanskrit to Hindi, and that's the Ramayana today.
Exactly.
Who said Sati went through, Sita went through that pratha?
There are plenty of versions of Ramayana as far as I've heard, and in some versions that shit didn't happen.
Yeah.
But still, the main version goes with that sexist thing. That is what left like to say, Ramayana is so sexist. Man, religion is sexist.
Yeah.
Tell me in which religion women get the equal part. I don't think any religion does that.
Right.
But Hinduism went a little further ahead, and Hinduism is not a religion, it's a school of thought. It went a little
Hinduism
ahead.
was anyway not the right word, because Indus Valley River. Hindu
became Hindu.
Yeah, it was a geographical identity. Now it's a religious identity, right?
Yeah, that's why it wasn't a religion, it was a school of thought for people in Indus
Sanatan
Valley.
Dharma.
Yeah.
That is what the real name is.
Truest dharma.
Truest Dharma.
Yeah, Siddhartha he said it's a religion, but it wasn't a religion by a god. It was by a human being who had values of life. He meditated and said, okay, this has got me closer to my truest self. And I think the idea of religion was to get people to closer to their truest self by also abiding by the few commandments that they could live by. To be a better neighbor, to be a better citizen, better human being.
Right.
But people
simplify life.
Yeah, people got their egos attached so much to it that it became a fraction between
Hindu आस्था की बात है.
Yeah, we'll define this geography.
Muslim
bastardization of Hinduism.
This आस्था.
Yeah.
Bastardization is the worst thing that happened to Hinduism. Like, people are anal about it now. They were so like
too touchy.
We were a quite progressive society 1500
I
years
think we
ago.
still are, but like a faction of our society has gone rogue.
No, we are not.
We're
Actually.
not, man.
No way.
Yeah, that's because I've been meeting good people recently. But like, sometimes
you are meeting people of your cadre because based on your background and how you've been raised, you will only gel and meet with people that are somewhat similar.
I would gel with people who can have a conversation and explain their, like, if you say I don't consider myself to be an atheist, but I'm not religious as well. But I don't know if there's a God out there. I don't have all the answers. If there's an ism for that, maybe I
think there is nature out there.
I don't know. There's some.
Oh, by the way, last night there was an earthquake. You know that, right?
Oh, we were talking on the phone Dude, we spoke on the phone.
It was a good earthquake, man. It was a good earthquake since the last earthquake. It was quite shaky.
Yeah, I felt it. Yeah. I was like, why is this building shaking? And I realized you said on the phone that it's an earthquake. I was like, bro, get out of it. And I was like, dude, do you need to evacuate? Like, we're still talking on the phone.
2020 has been so shitty that even a fucking earthquake is not going to let me leave the building, man. No fucking way. I tucked myself in.
Plus, it was cold outside.
I tucked myself in. The blanket is gonna save me, not an evacuation, right?
Cement roof's gonna fall in.
Or soft just close your eyes, it's gonna go away, man.
Yeah, man, it's gonna go away.
Have your fucking Oreos, shut the fuck up. Go away. It's Alvar, man. It's not Delhi.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. That's
but Jansher, I get this vibe from you, man. That as a person who started something like HOI, do you think you're a little bit on the defensive sometimes, just explaining to people what it is about?
Of course. Like, that is natural.
Because you would probably be the epitome of what it means to just have a free society. You
not really. I have some of my
not
apprehensions.
epitome, but like like say if you had to write about not getting butthurt, not getting आस्था अपनी break. What is this आस्था, bro? तुम्हारी आस्था क्यों खराब हो रही मीम देख के? मतलब why would, if somebody posts about, say, you're Sikh and somebody posts about Guru Nanak, it's gonna make you feel so terrible that you're gonna say bullshit words to somebody that you don't know. You're gonna abuse them, send them a DM, be really nasty to them. You don't know what that person is going through. Like, you as a human being, you're taking in all this feedback from these 12,000 people telling you how to do your thing.
That's actually a very good question coming from somebody who got feedback. And what's your condensed conclusion to it, man?
Yeah, see, the thing is, those memes are only okay in this platform that we provide. It's a simple thing. That it's all about the platform, right? The same thing can be used outside the platform to harm someone, right? And that is the difference people are not able to make. It is simple as that. They don't understand that this is a safe place. You won't see us doing this out there. Never. I don't push it on others. Like, but if you come to my house, you have to live by my rules. That is as simple.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's a house on the digital sphere. We've not done this before. Nobody.
And it is meant to be a free flowing thing, right?
Right.
But as an atheist, I will never use such kind of a temperament to express my atheism. That is kind of disrespectful, I would say.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So you're aware of the fact that you're an atheist, but like, you know, sometimes we do talk about religion, man, and we call out bullshit in our own religions, and we should. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Something that's wrong with our religion. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Why is this here?
Yeah, you might not agree to a few of the memes, but you can laugh it off, man. And just
man, it's funny. Funny should remain.
Yeah, there is
funny should be.
For Muslim people, there's funny. Hindu
I feel sad for Muslims. I mean, you wake up in the morning, you're so excited for memes, then you realize you have one of the fucking hot topics in memes. They're like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Another explosion meme. Oh wow.
Plus there's guys out there trying to kill you.
Oh, another 72 versions meme. Oh wow.
Yeah. There's a pregnant woman in burqa jihadish meme. All right.
Have you ever been like contacted by somebody who was butthurt by some religion?
Yes, I would not reveal it on camera. Because that is evidence.
Yeah, for sure. But I think you come
from
a position of power.
I handled it well. I handled it well.
Jansher, I really like this is so cool, man. Like, you know, because I commend people for exposing. What we are doing here is the same, almost like it's not as big, or like the magnitude might be different, but we are exposing ourselves. We are having a conversation on the internet. People have never done that.
I'll tell you what's stupid, right? People with their political inclinations, they will start abusing whatever is going on in the country. Like Ram Mandir ban raha hai, so there was this Bengali chick who said, I will pee on the Ram Mandir and all that, and the next day she was made to apologize. That is the line you have to draw, because this is just for your amusement, not for your ideas and opinions, right? That is not an opinion, it's a fucking joke. There is no such thing as an offensive joke. It's a joke, right? So,
but that's hard for people to understand sometimes.
Yeah. Because this is the kind of behavior they take it out of that platform and they shove it on all those people's faces, right? So that is not cool.
Okay.
I mean, that is where you draw the line. You keep it to yourself. You enjoy it.
Yeah, why would you want to pee in a temple? Like, why would you
say that publicly just to offend someone, right?
Just to get some likes on a comment.
Not even likes, just to get some attention. Nobody's going to like that.
Yeah, because the underlying intent of that is to hurt the sentiments of people who are, favoring the...
Yeah.
So that's the intent is wrong, but the intent of a meme page is to make people laugh.
Exactly.
Yeah. And make people laugh at the things they're usually not going to talk or laugh about.
Lastly, it is secluded. It's not meant to be, it's not meant to go out. That is the whole point.
Yeah, you kept it private. You made all the measures to not make it okay. I don't want outside influence. We'd only approve the people who feel based on their shared post. Okay, this guy seems like an open-minded fuck. We'll agree. We'll accept him and let's see how he behaves in the group.
Yeah, we started asking questions before joining, and the answers were, some of them were fucking hilarious. I mean, the things they would come up with just to get inside.
What questions were they? Like, what were the questions?
Was Mary fucked or Mary?
No, that is like going too far. That is like you will... questions like that, we thought of that. Like, we should be totally direct and brutal, but that would put off people who are just new to this, right? So we would ask really...
Have you ever sniffed your pubic hair?
No. That is a pervert group for something else. Okay. Like, how do you feel about jokes in a community which is not affecting the outside world? So that is where...
Wow, that's a good question.
That is where they go on thinking, right? Okay, this is putting things in perspective. So how would I actually feel about it?
Yeah.
So the answers were quite interesting. Some of them were like, no, this should be outside as well. I'm like, oh, fucker, come in.
The good thing about this is, man, the moment you get a questionnaire like that, you already get into that thought pattern that, man,
exactly.
I'm entering a cult.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys don't want to open up to the world.
Do you think HOI is a cult?
At some point it was.
Okay.
I mean...
it's a dark cult, dude.
Dark cult.
Dark culture.
Don't want to blow my own trumpet,
No, absolutely. You did it, bro. You did it unscathed.
Yeah. Like Marilyn Manson. That rumor was sick, man.
Yeah.
Like that high school rumor, like removing your own ribs to suck your own dick. I mean, who came up with that?
And who came up with that without the power of internet? It just rocketed because Marilyn Manson would appear like, okay, kar sakta hai.
I think he got his spine operated, right?
To
be able to suck his own dick.
And he did not comment on it for like months about it because he was injured and he wanted to recover and stay away from paparazzi. He said, okay. And
I think I really
if I was missing 2 discs, I wouldn't be giving any statements. Bro.
And what if they say you're just trying to lick your asshole and that's why you bent in a yoga pose? What the fuck? And you just wake up, turn on your phone, man, you take a new iPhone, you're like, holy.
The best thing is that he was not bothered by it. He never came out in the public to defend it. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Challandu.
Yeah, that's a cool dude.
That's a cool attitude I would like to carry.
Would you want to have a girlfriend if you could just suck your own dick?
No, yeah, because I'm not gay, so I won't suck my own dick.
You don't have to be gay.
Wow,
You touch yourself.
that's an interesting
That doesn't
thing.
make you gay too. You
Like,
touch
if you
yourself.
can't suck someone else,
You're getting like turned on by yourself.
If you can't touch someone
No,
else,
not
then why
really.
you touch yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, it's
I mean, at least from the
self-evident.
same gender, right? Like, if I was a
It's
gay,
so weird.
if I was a homo, I would definitely, try something like that.
The thing about sucking your own dick and touching your own self is when you're touching yourself, you're not enjoying from your hand, but when you're sucking your dick, you're getting a taste.
Yeah.
You're also the one sucking and you're also the one enjoying.
You seem to know this, bro.
Duality. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's okay.
A psychological duality when you're sucking your own dick.
Yeah.
I'm doing it, I'm enjoying it. Who the fuck am I? Am I the doer or I'm the receiver?
That's like transcendental,
Holy
bro.
fuck, bipolarity right there, man. Let me have my serotonin receptors right now.
Dude, but like I think sucking your own dick, it doesn't sound like a good idea because that would just make you like.
That is something a girl would say when she's pissed at you. Like you want a BJ or something. Go suck your own dick.
Oh yeah,
I wish I could, and I wouldn't need you. You need me just for sucking dicks, don't you? Let me gift you a PS5. Let me get out of here.
Right.
Yeah, man. How are we getting the PS5? I mean, have you started looking for a sugar mama or something?
Nah, man. I just pay for my own shit. I'm paying for my own Kerala trip. I'm just happy about it.
No, that is okay. Like paying half a lakh is still. I mean, no matter how rich you get, you won't be a spendthrift. You are raised in that way.
Yeah.
It's a waste of money in some cases, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Do you think a PlayStation 5 is a waste of money?
No, of course not.
Not right.
What do you think, sir?
I don't think so, man. I think it's a piece of machinery.
I think from a survival perspective, I don't think it's a necessity for me because it's not enriching my life in the next 5 years. But yes, if I have a surplus money and if there's a sugar mama, I don't really mind it. Give it to me, man. I can make a gaming parlor and make money out of it.
Exactly.
There's always something can be done from that equipment.
I think console is a good investment.
I can rent it out for hours, dude.
I mean, did you ever use a PlayStation Portable?
No, I didn't.
I lived
I had
in
the
army
PS2
background,
and I had the PS3.
PS2 is the most sold console till date, right?
Yeah, it was good, bro. We used to play a lot of games.
It was
and
revolutionary.
stuff.
At some point, it had more specs than a computer, of course.
I'm not sure about that. I wasn't very good with specs at that time. I just knew the PS2. Let's just get it.
No, like
Man, I always
Let's
thought
play FIFA.
I always thought you could put a controller in the USB port and make
yeah.
a computer a fucking game board or do something.
That's
with
still the best way to do it if you really want to do it.
Computer
Like
can
a
be ramped
gamer.
up into something else. I think I've seen people connecting their steering wheels and getting their NFS and do a computer.
I think for that setup, you basically need what 200, 300k Indian.
2 lakhs, 3 lakhs.
Yeah.
Alienware.
Yeah.
Bro, with
No,
2 lakhs, you
Alienware
get
is the
a-
worst investment. You just get it from a Chinese company like MSI or Asus.
Asus. Yeah.
Have you guys fucked with those
Asus is
HTC,
Taiwanese
like the 3D, like the
I worked
virtual
in
reality?
Oman.
Oh, okay.
Virtual reality stuff, the HTC Oculus. Have you guys tried that?
VR is
VR.
gonna take over. Recently, there is a new title called Half-Life Alyx.
Okay.
And like the thing with Half-Life is that they optimize their
Is it
hardware.
that game Half-Life?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Whenever
I
they
love that
release the
game.
fucking game, it is revolutionary. The first time they released it in the 1999.
Yeah, it's an
90
old
or
game.
something. So that was the first time someone was using a mouse and a keyboard. Otherwise, the games which predate that, like Doom and Wolf, it was just using the arrow buttons and all that.
Yeah.
So Half-Life brought the angle of using a mouse.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's why it was revolutionary.
The second one was
Nice.
revolutionary because it used graphic cards to upscale to a big level for the reality we
Right,
crave.
right. Just
Those
upgraded itself.
facial expressions, the graphics in the water, like wow,
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
And
then we have V where you can have motion and play tennis.
Yeah, exactly. So and like they are so into this revolutionizing game that they didn't release a sequel for 13 years. They knew that the next decade is going to be the same static games just with better graphics.
Right.
Yeah.
So they launched a game in VR,
Uh-huh.
and VR till now was just like
Super clunky.
clunky and just for entertainment. Like wow,
Dude, but the HTC thing I was talking about, it is so
It's
real.
good.
It's so real.
And
Dude, I
Reliance
tried
is
it
getting
out.
into it.
I'll be honest with you guys. We're not gonna know what is real life anymore,
Yeah,
man. The
100%.
thing, the way it's getting developed, like I did this plank thing, like where the VR headset, and it makes you feel like you're literally
You're
walking on a
something.
plank,
Yeah.
but there's like crazy depth.
like I
on
think
the side.
it's a good idea to have a woman below you in a VR, right?
Bro, I think VR will be driven by porn.
That is. It
I
already
think-
is in porn,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
There are split screen videos already. There are thumbnails around.
I think we'll be having our own users with our own avatar and having sex virtually,
And not like those
Yeah,
clunky
yeah,
avatars,
we've
like
seen that in
proper.
Black
Like
Mirror,
we'll be
man.
having
Yeah. So close to reality.
Striking vipers.
Striking
That
violence.
episode was crazy.
Two guys
Yeah,
and fucking
yeah.
fighting, and then say like, let's stop fighting, dude. What else can we do?
Yeah.
But you know, I sometimes think of how things will be 50 years down the line. How good would VR be if it's this good right now?
Yeah.
Dude, it takes time. It'll take time.
Man, but when I think about it, you know, it has so many applications in terms of like somebody like Stephen Hawking, who's wheelchair ridden. You can't really use your hands to play a game, but you want to enjoy life too. So you wear it, and there's something called speech movement: jump, shoot, punch. And we have something like that. You don't have to use it.
I don't think you'll be needing voice commands. There will be thought commands in the future.
Yeah, like
you just think.
Neuralink, like Elon Musk thing.
Yeah, Neuralink. Neuralink is more precisely used for making you learn a new skill. Like in the Matrix, when Neo just uploaded a program and he knew Kung Fu instantly, right? So they've done that. They've done that in California. There's a university. What they did was they studied a pilot's brain, right? They stimulated that
aviation simulation.
Yeah. Like they stimulated his brain activity, and then they programmed it into people who are learning to fly using a flight simulator.
Sure.
And they were able to fly 33% better. So basically, they uploaded a skill. You know, at a very nascent stage.
Fuck.
33% is a good jump, I would
it's
say.
already there, man.
It's already there.
Yeah.
But it's still going to take like 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
You know?
You could just like upload skills into yourself.
A language.
The other thing what they're doing is...
I mean, we can get rid of body dysmorphia. Suddenly your dick is not that small, of course.
I don't think that's going anywhere, man. People can find weird ways to hate themselves. It's so weird. I've actually witnessed that.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, the application of Neuralink, just backtracking a bit, they're also trying to talk to animals the way Dr. Dolittle would do.
Man, I would fucking love that.
You know what they're doing is the same way. If you put Naman's dog
See the
Ginger,
excitement in Jansher the moment you talked about you like animals, right?
Oh, I love them. I eat them. I pet them. I love them.
Just think about it. Like, you know, an animal, if you show animal red color, there's some part of the brain that lights up, right?
Sorry for the dogs, man. They can't see colors, man.
Yeah.
That is actually sad.
Is that true?
Yeah, that is.
Black and white.
Like if you dissect Ginger right now and you get his eye tested or something,
but there's
you'll know it's a different lens. But you can't put it back. Ginger is dead then. So don't do it.
But the thing is when Ginger sees red, there's a different shade of black that Ginger is going to see versus green and yellow.
Red is a very important color.
Yeah, so they can understand the shades. So they can understand the
shades.
It's
the highest wavelength, right?
Yeah, exactly. That is why, signals, we still jump them.
Right.
No, so no point.
Right. You know, they say if you're going on a date with a girl, you want to like neuro scientifically attract her.
You should wear a red flag, like
just
this.
Wear
like this is the first one.
Just maybe drive the car so far that she has an adrenaline rush and she might feel maybe I had a good time with him.
Yeah, she feels horny because of the adrenaline rush.
Holy fuck, you were about to kill me. Let me suck your dick now.
Calm down, Satan.
Rama, last life here.
Yeah, Red's good.
It's such a sexist podcast, you know.
You think it's a sexist podcast?
Oh, of course it is.
What are you talking
Why do you think it's sexist?
It's a brown boy show.
Yeah, brown, yeah.
Dude, I've spoken to women on podcasts. Like, I like to get like angry.
Women or objects?
Are women objects? No. Definitely not.
That really made it the fucking most misogynist podcast we ever had in our.
But it's funny.
It's all like this is an HOI podcast. This is not a Jansher.
Exactly. This is
fun
podcast.
So we are in that zone. Apologies.
Right. Dude, this could actually be.
If you
let's have all those 14,000 fucking followers see this, bro. Let's get our following up.
I think I've lost count. Where are they? Like I get DMs like, bro, what are you doing with the new group? Man, bro, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. Like I still got a message yesterday. Like people have lost track ki kahan gaya group all of a sudden, right? So it was quite tragic for all of them.
Dude, unka dopamine fix kahan se aayega? Right?
Exactly. Like otherwise phone is so boring, man.
Right.
Like
dude, Facebook's all about HOI groups. Yeah. I like FOF, Friends of Froth.
Oh, let's give a shout out to that guy.
Gautam
Gandhi, man.
Gautam Gandhi.
Really love your work, man.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Yeah.
That is how Facebook is meant to be. You're supposed to have communities for everything, right?
Exactly.
What's Gautam Gandhi doing?
He runs a face. He actually makes beer as well, like his own setup, small setup that he has. He's a beer enthusiast, aficionado, call him whatever. He loves beer.
Connoisseur.
Is that for wine? I don't know.
I think it's for pretty much everything.
Everything. Connoisseur, music, pussy.
But Gautam Gandhi loves beer so much, he started a group called FOF, called Friends of Froth. And I think you know him as well, right?
Yeah, I am in that group and I like the recipes people sometimes give for the beer making at home. That's crazy.
Yeah, you make beer at home, man.
These guys do. I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah, the guys who are really geeky about it, like they really make their own beer at home. Like, what do they call it? Like it's called
something like a barrel and a fermentation.
Ale was
some equipment.
A lot of yeast, a lot of time, and all those things.
Yeah. A lot of knowledge as well. How to do it. How how it works.
Right temperature.
Yeah.
Like, no sunlight.
Yeah, but like HOI and FOF were two groups that I used to, and Himalayas. What's that called?
The Himalayan Club.
The Himalayan
totally
Club.
dedicated to travel.
Yep.
And really good pictures.
Yep, and that is before I got out of Facebook, bro. Like now I can't fuck with Facebook anymore, man. It's just it's just too much, man. Facebook is like this really weird place for me at this point, man. I don't know. First of all, I have lost contact with most of the people I used to speak on Facebook with. And second of all, it's just too clunky an interface that I don't enjoy, man.
Yeah.
The news feed is just full of bullshit and products that they're trying to sell, and like just people's dogs pictures, like the people I don't really care about, and like just I don't know, man. There are like thousands of people that I've added, made all these mistakes back in the day, spent too much time on Facebook, and now it's like, Facebook is good for groups. That's it.
Yeah, and also for marketplace, man. My friend in
Facebook
UK,
is still the biggest marketplace.
It is the
virtually.
biggest marketplace.
It has all your data. Even if you're like, man, I'm on Insta now, man, the Facebook data is integrated with Instagram.
Yeah.
They know everything about you.
A lot of people, like even before going on OLX, would say, does anyone want to buy a second-hand Honda City? So they already know you want to sell your car. And so they've understood what are people posting, and they made marketplaces on their conversations. They made business.
Isn't Facebook Marketplace a place for people to sell their old shit?
Sell and buy.
Is that what you guys are talking about?
Yeah.
So how is that?
Now it is quite intrusive on your feed. Like you have to like skip it. It will always come anywhere you refresh, right?
Yeah. And that's what it makes it like a Chinese application like Alibaba, AliExpress. Everything is there.
Right.
It's not minimalist like Instagram anymore,
Right.
And if everything is there, where do I focus? My attention is always distracted, dude.
Something like HOI always used to make me feel like, damn, man, like this is so off. This is like so off in a weird way. Offbeat is what I meant. This is so offbeat. People don't really talk like that.
That's not a
People
new concept.
don't share humor like that. This has never happened. This is so new. In all of human civilization, like say if you started a magazine, people have started magazines back in the 1950s as well. No one started these meme groups, man, where you can be funny.
I think meme groups are an old thing, but to make it into a community was something new.
Right. And you guys put effort into the whole community,
especially in India, dude. I don't know about US or anywhere else.
Oh, US, they are functioning pretty well. They have their meetups, and it is for them it is quite normal, those guys invented memes, right?
Yeah,
the Americans.
Yeah, it is a Western thing, I would say.
Okay.
It's a form of expression, man.
Yeah,
as simple as that. Somebody realized there's a picture, and we realize like visual cues. And there's a written line, and it's easier for somebody who doesn't read a lot can read a line at least.
I mean, look at Durex. Have you seen their page?
Bro, it's so fabulous.
It's awesome, and that is memeing basically, right?
Right.
So
what is memeing? Do you know? You must know more about it.
Party.
He's a dad lord, brother.
Oh my God, have you seen
They do a good job with their funny stuff.
All are memes like Superman Meh versus Yogi Adityanath UP Superman.
See, because AAP has a demographic of people like us, young and who want a bit of change.
Yeah.
So this kind of shit really entices us, like, oh, they are in the forward frontier, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Fresher.
Yeah.
It's a feeling, even if they don't do anything for the country, that feeling that they've created with those memes and the way they are communicating, that is the PR thing, right? So
it's great, yeah.
So it is great.
Do you support Aam Aadmi Party?
Yes.
Like, I didn't want to get political, but
No, get political as much as you want. I was a very good supporter of BJP like earlier. Now,
before 2014.
No, till 2019. Like now they're
like 20 till Ram Mandir's construction.
I was on that. I was in favor of Ram Mandir, not because I'm an atheist. I had nothing to do with it, right? But like
But are you a supporter of Ram Mandir at the exact location where there is a tussle, or Ram Mandir in general, but maybe somewhere else?
Like it was an ancestral thing. They might need it. I mean, it's for the sentiments of those people. It's okay. But the way it was handled was pretty bad since the start. I mean,
have you seen Ram Mandir Yatra wala documentary?
Yeah. It was the meme material. It is the meme material king. Those pictures, those iconic pictures.
आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं? आप किधर जा रहे हैं? हमें नहीं पता. हमें 1000 रुपए दिए गए हैं भाई.
I saw a picture of that Babri demolition, and there was a caption like, "Me and the boys demolishing Mecca. Once the World War III starts." I was like, wow, man, what the fuck?
That's some dark shit.
That's some dark shit, right?
Yeah.
So, that documentary is a meme gold mine, I would say. That is how I know it.
Right.
But I think that was a pretty sad state how it was handled.
Sure.
Like of course I am politically right, and but I can differentiate between good and bad. That should be there with everyone.
What do you mean when you say like I'm getting a little granular about when you say
Politically right? Okay, I support economically. I support capitalism. Culturally, I'll be conservative. We need to preserve what our ancestors.
Culture, for sure.
Of course. We need to be proud of tikas,
but
kurta pajamas.
They actually make sense scientifically.
That's a part of religion, but you say you're an atheist. How do you combine
this
that?
is still something we would, we can have that thing without the religious identity.
But you know what that means, how that started.
Yeah, of course. It's
you do know when it started.
Yes.
It started with the religion. It started with
it's a
salvation.
I think
guys, you guys are getting it all skewed.
No,
the tilak is a chandan,
listen.
Chandan is for your fucking
our
forehead.
civilization.
But how did it start? Is what
Rituals, right?
Our fucking
rituals are Pandit rituals.
Dude, we do rituals in our daily lives. We're not religious. I could be. I don't know. I don't want to talk about if I'm religious or not. But rituals are a part of daily lives.
Our civilization is based on religion. I mean, when I talk about conserving art, artifacts, or even apparels we wear, they all come from a religious place.
Yeah.
Like the first statue was made for a god, not for a human being, right?
Right.
So
but then we learned how to make statues.
Yeah, exactly. So religion is the basis of civilizations, sadly. But we have reached to a state of consciousness that we can separate the religious aspect from our own culture.
Do you think it has helped us survive as human beings?
To some extent, yes. It has helped us survive. It has motivated us to kill each other.
And build sculptures.
Sure. And that's survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
When
right.
you kill, you create.
You create.
And I want to ask you, when you say you want to replace religion, what do you want to replace it with?
I don't think religion can be replaced. It
What
can
if it
only be
does?
boycotted.
Right.
So if it gets boycotted, like for example, boycott my house.
People see there is a part of your brain somewhere here. I don't know.
Subconscious back part.
And
Medulla oblongata.
Yeah, it will always believe in a higher power.
Sure.
Right. That is something majority of us cannot let go. See, for me, the higher power is nature. I fear nature a lot. Like yesterday was an earthquake. It was okay. But like I was there when the tsunami, the place where tsunami was struck, like Port Blair.
2008?
No, 2004.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Thankfully, I left.
Well, you were in Port Blair when the tsunami was happening? Huh? Yeah, bro.
I left a few days back.
Worst
They
vacation
tell
of
you a
all
week
time.
before, right? I think they've got.
No, it was just a posting. We were totally unaware.
Ah.
My dad got posted out, and
But now I think they tell you 2 weeks in advance. Katrina's gonna hit. We can see a ripple happening somewhere in Pacific. It's gonna reach Miami, and you have 2 weeks time. Everybody relocate.
I hope so.
It's gotten better now.
I hope we can monitor these things in advance.
I think one thing we can't monitor is probably earthquake, dude. It happens so fast, man.
I mean, these tremors are an indication that something big might be coming up.
Actually, that's not scientifically true. I researched a little bit.
I just said might be. So.
But yeah, like I was so paranoid about Delhi being in the tectonic area. Like there's gonna be one big earthquake coming, but that's actually not true.
It hasn't happened to that extent.
It could happen. To say it won't happen, it could definitely happen.
The chances of Delhi being flooded by water is less. The chance of Delhi being completely devastated by earthquake is kind of less.
It's high, bro. What are you saying? We're in a tectonic zone.
We are, but it's never been the epicenter. It's always been Haryana area.
Yeah, but it could be. Who knows? Nature. That's why he's scared of nature, and he should be.
I'm scared of nature.
Yeah, for good reason.
You're right, but tectonic plate, like going a little granular, and why it happens is because near the coastal areas where there's a lot of vibration because of water up and down in tide, it just overlaps, and there is some place.
It's happening
the vibration
underneath. There's nothing to do with this.
It happens because of tectonic plate overlapping, and then at some point the vibration starts, and the epicenter, and there is this area where it spreads. It starts in Alwar, but it spreads somewhere else.
Right, got it.
Yeah, like a wave. Like a wave of vibration.
Yeah, the epicenter and the outside.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, dude, how's your first podcast going, bro? How do you feel?
I think I'm feeling great. The wine is helping me a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want some? Oh, actually,
It's taken the anxiety away.
Yeah, it has.
Dude, I still feel a little anxiety just doing this, man. Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's not anxiety,
cool
but it's
today, man. For some reason,
You feel
I'm
good?
more zoned.
No, I think it has more to do with the fine company of you two gentlemen.
yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, cheers,
You know,
man. Cheers to that.
Cheers. We're actually 1 hour into
Naman.
the podcast, bro. Not that I wanted to pull it out.
No, it's okay.
Because sometimes it gives you a little bit of, we've been here for 1 hour.
Water.
This guy's a savage. And this is grape juice. Just saying.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What the liar you are, man.
I'm the only one who's alcoholic. Wow.
No, man. You're having grape juice?
Yeah, that's grape juice from Jesus.
I asked you for... Oh.
Yeah, he poured it straight to my glass, brother. He's like, you need this. You need this to express yourself.
But rhetorical expressions, dude. I really don't get it. Grape juice.
Sometimes I forget definitions of words. Like, you know how he said rhetoric? I don't know what the hell that means. It could mean anything.
I don't think I'll forget spellings of words. I'm so used to the fucking digital predictive text now. I think we are...
I think that's really fucked me up with not remembering it.
Exactly,
it's so
exactly.
Easy.
It's so easy.
Is that what you're saying? It made it easy so you can't remember spellings?
Yeah, in some cases, yes.
Yeah, me too, man. 100%.
Yeah.
Do you
like
know
my Grammarly and predictive text is always on.
Right?
Yeah. So
it's helpful.
It's helpful. Like
super
that is.
helpful.
But that is like if you give me a pen and paper, I was like, yeah, why can't we do it on a fucking laptop now? You know, I need that red lines coming up when I fucking write. I need those red lines and green lines.
It's like Rita ma'am is Grammarly now.
Who the fuck is Rita, man?
Our English teacher, you know, she'll put a red underline under
Rita
your thing.
Mukherjee, you were saying?
Bro, no, she's, I'm not pretty sure. It's not Mukherjee, I don't know who Rita's second name was, but
like,
she was with me in 6th grade.
That was a very
my
school
English
thing,
teacher.
nobody in the viewer section would
If
know
you guys
that.
from Air Force
school.
Air Force School, Subroto Park, you might remember Rita ma'am, but if you're not...
Even if you're from APS, you might remember another.
You're from APS DK, right?
Yeah.
Notorious BIDK, bro.
Yeah, we are. It's a bad lot, I would tell you.
Yeah, you were from the
Fucking savages.
2012 batch, right?
For some reason,
Yes.
my dad could foresee me turning out to be the kids he doesn't want me to hang out with if I go to DK, dude. He said, don't go to DK.
That's
I said,
everyone's
If
apprehension
you're having
to
kids,
DK.
please
Moms
definitely
in
put them in DK.
Huh?
If you're having kids, definitely put them in an APS, specifically
Sure,
DK.
for some amount of time. Maybe like a couple of months in
I mean,
KB,
for the
KB.
humbling, it's definitely good.
Yeah.
Dude, I
That's
think public
unbelievable.
schools are important for kids to
Yeah, they
attend.
are, they are.
Because that is where you meet some
100%.
really rowdy ass people,
Exactly.
लड़का
man.
या तो बिल्कुल से
You
self-esteem
meet
खत्म करेगा,
basically, you meet all kinds of people,
or
right?
he'll become a roadie. Trust me, bro. You go to
There are so many roadies from APS, I can't even.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, you know, that's the thing. My sister was a roadie.
Did you know that?
Yes, I know, I've met her, yeah.
Yeah, Anamika Datta.
Yeah.
She's an 8.
Shout out to the roadie, his
Dr.
family.
Anamika Datta, she hates it when you don't call her.
She's got PhD?
No, she's a dentist.
Dentists are not doctors.
She would disagree. She would disagree. Right now, you don't need a dentist, brother. But you know, when you're 60-year-old and your teeth are all rotting and you can't eat anything, that is when you'll consider a dentist to be a doctor.
Opticians, the one who have the chashme wali dukhan, they're opticians, right?
Right.
They're still doctors, right?
Yeah, and that's
They
it.
are.
Chiropractors are doctors too, then orthopedic they are in a way.
Dude, we
Fix up
don't
your
think
spine.
of teeth as very important.
I think doctor is quite
teeth are
a
so
caricature
important.
for a surgeon. Like, if you
Without-
cut me open, can you give me medicine? You're a doctor.
Yeah, that's actually true. If you can prescribe me medicine and drugs, you're a doctor.
Yeah,
Because you studied
exactly.
about it.
Yeah, but dude, tooth pain is so harsh.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I mean,
If
just brush twice, Naman. What are you doing?
No, I don't
One
have
brush
tooth pain.
3 times a day,
Toothache. Actually,
3 times?
गुस्सा आता है ना इससे bad breath. Bad breath मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है.
Then I brush my teeth twice a day, bro. I do it. But the point is, I do have this fucking, what do you call it? Wisdom tooth, which gets stuffed with food sometimes.
Yeah.
And if I eat too much sweet, it starts to throb a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's
Should
painful.
happen to
I
me.
can't eat anything, bro. It's so
Do you
painful.
feel a tonsillitis as well? If
No.
there's a pain here, maybe you get a tonsil swelling.
Not really. No, I'm talking about my wisdom tooth.
I'm talking about wisdom tooth too. If food gets stuck, it starts getting, starts to rot.
Right.
And it starts to pain and it reaches out to your tonsil and it swells it for some weird reason.
I have no idea, bro. But
Never
like, this is
happened to
relatable shit because so many people are going through teeth pain and like, you don't talk about teeth pain, right? Like, people don't
I
tell,
think it's
I have
pain.
like my
Bro,
teeth
I had
are
a
hurting.
guy in my organization who took a 7-day leave because he was getting his wisdom tooth removed. I
Smart
said,
guy.
holy fucking hell. I know you've got a lot of work pressure, man. If you're watching, I put this on my LinkedIn.
7 days for a fucking tooth pain.
7 day and you could have pain
He
cramps.
pulled it off, right? He's pretty good with sales then.
Ah,
So
yeah.
he could convince his bosses for a 7-day leave for a
7-day
fucking
leave for
7-day leave
and
for
then he said
a-
4 wisdom tooth. I get it, bro. But you can have an
Yeah,
ice
it was
cream.
cool.
It's painful.
I
actually.
think it is justified.
It is painful.
Yeah.
7 days?
4, man. 4 of them. Like, oh.
I don't know, maybe I have this weird
You're too
perception.
corporatized, man. You're forgetting human pain, bro. You're forgetting what it means to be a human being. You can take 7 days. What is 7 days? You're gonna live for fucking, I don't know, 10,000.
7 days is a lot, man. Like,
it is a lot.
Yeah, for production cycle, yeah.
Like, I mean,
if you
what is the average
right?
paid leave in a corporate for a year? 12?
21.
21?
21, 22 for us.
Okay, for me it's 12. But
The start
no, there's nothing.
Yeah, mine's the start.
With a lean company like mine, like the company I work for, they don't have any rules like that. Like they don't have like 21 days you can't be off. You're on 365 days in sales, in marketing, in brand development. You have to be on. There's nothing like 7 days you don't show up in office, so you can't do shit. Like if you're supposed to have a work culture which is more humane.
That's what France
create a life for yourself.
European countries are trying to do, but
yeah, man.
with the
I
corona
see my sister working in Germany, Anshul. Yeah. She gets 2 months off in a year. She never takes those 2 months off, but like her company allows her to take those 60 days off.
That's good.
It's so normalized over there, but here, no, let's go.
60 fucking days? Are you gonna make me run out of my business? Why are you working here?
I'll tell you the reason why it's happening, and you kind of agree with it if I give you a perspective around. And you both are smart guys, you'll know.
I'm dumb.
You'd understand.
I'm dumb as fuck.
I can enlighten you.
Dumb, yeah.
So American, for example, American guys, most of their work are done by Indians, right? Software, programming and everything.
Yes.
So those guys have reached a level of welfare that they can provide, 4-day work week, 5-day work week. Why? Is because most of the work, the coding work is done by Bangalore guys.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be given the work because the other guys are going to be selling it to bigger organizations in America.
Yeah.
The softwares are in America. Revenue stays in the parent company. The subsidy of TCS is Indian. They work 6 days a week. They work 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
They work 7 hours a day. All they do is present their presentation. They're working overnight.
Holy
shit. There is a 12-hour gap.
That is fucked up.
There is a 12-hour gap in time zone. So they're sleeping. We're working. By the time we sleep, they have their presentations to present. And they get the work done. So they're presenting the end result. We are working the hard laborers' work, even in the
That is fucked up.
It is.
That is fucked up, man.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So they've reached that level with their resources and with their money that they're loaning off to the world.
Right.
So
yeah.
So I think we should look at Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka.
Bangladesh is actually better in GDP. We'll look at Vietnam. Maybe look at fucking.
No, we need to look at countries which are more fucked than us.
Pakistan.
Otherwise, that delegation has to like. I don't think
we should look at countries more fucked than us. Why is that?
Big
so we can do the same thing with
big
them.
fish.
What is happening to us, right?
Yeah.
Like in an economy,
in economy almost, right?
In an economy, someone has to be poor.
That's true.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
sadly,
I was actually having a conversation about that with my friend, dude. If nobody is poor, nobody's gonna have the consequence of fear that, if I don't work, I'm not gonna have money to pay my kids' fees or my wife,
Right.
So the fear is the driving factor here. Everybody has the fear that I'm gonna die or wither away or not being able to sustain my body or my family, so I gotta work more.
Right.
If there is nobody in poverty in India, nobody's gonna work, dude. If you pay everybody money, everybody's gonna fuck off. मैं अपना ठर्रा लेता हूँ.
That paying everyone is actually a pipe dream. Socialism, communism, doesn't work.
See, that's why they don't just print money and give it out,
But it does work in Scandinavian countries.
Yeah, they have a universal healthcare. And the education is subsidized.
Free. Almost free.
Free, yeah.
Because they have reached that level that each one of them is paying taxes.
Yeah.
Right? In India, the fucking income bracket is 5 lakhs. And I think more than 50 or 60% of people don't earn that much per annum. Right?
More than that, dude.
I think 70, 80. I don't know the exact number.
I think you're right. Yeah, 70, 80. Yeah.
And
a lot of it is informal sector.
So the burden of paying the taxes falls on a very small group of people, which has to be divided among 4 times that number. Right.
Yeah.
So that is where we are lacking behind.
We should too many.
I think we cannot bring down that number of 5 lakh to 2.5 lakh. The person who's making 2.5 will die, honestly, paying taxes. What we can do is uplift them in some way.
Equity of opportunity.
Yes, equity of opportunity. So that is the only way forward. Imagine collecting that much of tax, man, and actually building bridges and things that don't fall. You take a few crores, people won't be like, okay, man, you made my work commuting easier. So I don't mind if you take some of my money.
Right.
Yeah. Give your son a fucking Jaguar from my tax money. I don't mind. Right?
I mind that. I mind it too.
You can't do anything about it. But
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Like if you are driving from point A to point B and everything you see on the way is perfect. The lights are perfect. The people are maintaining the rules and the obligations, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like imagine the psychological positivity you will have.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
That's true.
I've made it. This country has made it.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
अगर किसी को खिलाओगे नहीं तो खुद कैसे खाओगे? But ये पहले खाते हैं साले politicians. खिलाते किसी को नहीं. That is why we hate them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what my Nana ji said when he went to Holland. He was a merchant navy guy. He said यहाँ पे खाते हैं और काम नहीं करते. वहाँ खाते हैं, corruption उधर भी है, but काम पूरा होता है.
काम पूरा होता है.
यही difference.
Why would you care? What you expected from your taxes is done.
Yeah.
Rest of all of that is like.
You don't give a fuck because everybody in Japan there are the inequality.
बहुत खाते हैं भाई यहाँ पे.
Inequality is compared in economical terms with Gini coefficient.
Yeah.
And Gini coefficient, the higher.
Japs are hardworking people.
Yeah.
They
The
are
poorest people and the richest people, there's not a lot of gap between their wealth.
Exactly.
In India, the poorest and the richest, Mukesh Ambani and the poorest dude, the
Shit.
gap is
Holy
a billion
shit.
times.
It is sad.
Times.
It is sad.
Yeah. In America, same way. Billion times. It's a skewed society.
Right.
But the fact is, no matter what you say, communist countries have really curbed down inequality.
Yeah, that is
Not
real.
politically, in terms of power, no.
Yeah.
Putin would have power, but a peasant wouldn't. But the peasant wouldn't have a bad welfare state.
That is true.
Communism really gives you
Here's
that.
why I have a problem.
But I think that is-
man. It's just weird how in capitalist societies, say if you have a brain problem, right? You want to get it operated by the best neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
Not by the state-sponsored guy. You have to get it
I mean,
done, and he's not
there has
very
been a
competent. I
new-
want to pay my money and get the best guy to do the
There's
job.
a new law
Yeah.
regarding the service of the doctors in UP. They have to like work for a few years in a government hospital or they pay a fucking 1 crore fine. I mean, what is
Really?
that? Yeah.
This is not bad though. What do you think of this? Is bad?
No, I think it is bad because ultimately the choice is of the doctor.
Exactly. Whenever the state comes in and tells you can't
I mean,
do
of
this
course,
or
of
you
course.
can't do
Of
that
course.
and blah blah blah,
Of course,
just go
the
away.
government is entitled to have great doctors, which are obviously those doctors who don't want to work there.
Yeah.
Right. But it is all about the money in the end. They are not paid well in those hospitals.
Right. You study for
It's
5
all
years and
about
you get
money.
paid
It is
30,000
always
rupees.
about money.
I do get it, Jansher. I do get it. But
Yeah.
the moment we were talking about equity of opportunities, a
Yeah.
doctor whose parents were rich,
Yeah.
were able to give him American education, and he
Yeah.
comes back with that education. Same Chinese are doing, sending them to America. they
He's
come
talking
back.
about UP.
I get it. I'm getting to the point of somebody going to America and comes back to UP and wants to work in Medanta, a private hospital,
Okay.
or wants to work in a big private hospital. UP says work in a government hospital for 2 years, 1 year, and then work there. Otherwise, you pay a fine. The only way to uplift, like you said, Naman wouldn't want to go for his neurological problem to a public hospital, but would want to go to a private.
I would want to go to the best hospital. If the best is public, I don't mind.
I'll tell you how you uplift the public is you get all these great people who there was a brain drain because they wanted more money.
Oh,
You
man.
let them work here and understand the
I
nitty-gritty
get
and
what
the
you're
issues.
saying.
And they can uplift them and they can actually clean it before leaving it after 1 year. The only way to do that is to have a policy where okay, you'll get more procedure and cases in a public hospital.
Yeah.
You'll get more experience here.
Yeah.
We'll pay you less, but do this, man, because like you said, those 5% people who are paying the taxes.
Why would you
is not
assume
enough
that there is
to
lesser
increase the
experience?
healthcare.
Exactly.
So the brain drain immediately because I'm going to think for myself and I want more
that's
money.
assuming that in a government hospital you'll have more experience. You might have more experience
see,
in it.
It is a proven
Right.
fact. I will work in healthcare.
People
Naman,
will
I tell you,
always be-
See, there are more patients.
75% cases in India are in public.
See, you've studied medical science for 5 years in the US, as you said. Now
Yeah.
you come back. I should have the freedom to work wherever I want
Sure,
to work.
after
The
1
government
year.
can't fine me 1 crore rupees
After 1
if I
year.
don't work in a government hospital.
After 1 year, for the rest 50 years, work anywhere. For 1 year, do this for your country.
No, it's become. He started with 4 years. You said 2 years,
People
1 year.
will always
Sounds
be
like an
about,
internship.
like-
1 year, you want to do it?
There's
do it.
always individualism, not collectivism.
Right.
So that is why
That's secret.
that is why there is a brain drain because that opportunities for their skill is not here.
Exactly. Why would you want to come back and work in a government hospital where you can make money in the US or move to
Exactly.
Canada or something like that? You know,
Sure.
we want the best
There
people
are-
and
there
let
are
them
some-
do whatever the hell they want to do.
I do get it.
You know, I don't want the state telling me you should work here, not there,
But-
because I want to increase the quality of my hospitals. Do it the right way. Start paying them. Hospitals, doctors are not being paid today in the fucking MCD hospitals,
I get
man.
it, but how do you get people to work in the public hospital first?
You get them by paying them properly, first of all, which
Sure.
we are not doing at this
Sure.
point. You get them by
So my
making
point
sure
is-
that people
So there is
get
a flaw.
hired.
I get it.
Government is not hiring
India,
anyone.
India is an administrative failure.
Yes.
Simple as
That's
that.
the point. But the policy is not completely wrong. I'm saying there is problem in the policy because they're not paying enough. But the fact that they're wanting best people to work in public is not wrong.
Intentions, that's socialism and capitalism, that's where they separate out. In theory, socialism is great. Let's reduce the inequality between the richest and the poor.
In theory, atheism is not supposed to be something a right-wing guy
We want the best equal society.
That is surprising for everyone. Oh, you're an atheist? How are you a fucking right-winger?
Yeah. Because atheism is a conventional policy and they all come from religion. So when you say atheism, I'm like, okay, you're right.
You're a right-wing atheist who believes in freedom of
expression. From everything that makes you
everything about me is confusing, right?
No,
mysterious.
That makes you a centrist but right-leaning.
That's how we should have started the
podcast. Precisely center-right.
You're center-right.
Yes.
Center-right.
That's what I feel too. I believe in culture and I want that as a fabric to unite everybody. I believe in nationalism and I believe in motherhood. But I'm also centrist. So I'm right-leaning. Right. I'm not completely left-hood. So I just oppose everything. Har cheez pe ladte rahoge. No, Arnab Goswami back in the day, dude.
Goswami is a cunt. If you're watching this, you're a fucking cunt.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Stupid fuck.
You let us down, man.
Let us down?
We really thought you'd do great things, dude. I swear to God.
I think we should talk about this and make this a clip, like, to send it to Arnab Goswami.
Nah, he's doing... that's like
you sold your soul to the devil, dude.
Why give him so much attention? Like, you won't do that to a girl, texting her back and all that.
Right. It's so weird, right? Arnab Goswami came in as this really revolutionary
or someone who's messing
journalist.
with you, like, hey man, are you friends with me? No? Okay man, fuck off. Arnab Goswami doesn't deserve our attention.
Arnab Goswami.
I think we need to talk about him because Arnab Goswami became such a cunt. Like, he was this revolutionary new journalist, young guy who was questioning authority, questioning even the army. There are debates of him debating corruption in the army.
Fuck people up for questioning the army, man.
He doesn't even debate anymore. He just shouts.
Yeah. I don't know how some people find that. How some people find that amusing, like
getting buffed.
Mujhe drugs do.
What is that? Are you a journalist? Or are you some kind of HOI admin guy? You should have done this, man. Like, made a video of this, like,
I'm way more classy than him.
You're very classy, bro.
I can assure you that. I'm having wine.
Yep.
I'm speaking English.
I like your haircut as well, man. That's the kind of haircut
like
a man
haircut.
Yeah. I like my haircut as well. Thank you.
It's like fucking Viking, man. Like, I have done some experimentation myself, but this is not something.
Dude, I went to the barber and I literally told him, "This is your head now. Take over. Do whatever you want." I'm not gonna tell you. Why am I paying you money?
Put my dick on this shit. Make a commercial out of it. Make a commercial. I'm 9 inches tall.
Right. You know, like, a lot of guys face this weird shit. Like, they just go to a barber and they expect the barber to, like, you tell the barber what to do. Like, okay, aap chote kar do ya ye wo kar do. Why don't you just let the barber do what he wants? You give him a head.
Fucking those pictures of Zayn Malik in every salon, man. Like, why are they there? You can't cut like that. You can't do a haircut like that. Like, fucking tear it off.
It's like that hamburger outside.
And it's even worse when they have Priyanka Chopra and it's a men's salon.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Who the fuck is your target audience? What you trying to do, man?
That's that.
Kirni se aapki skin वैसी कर देंगे हम.
Where's the main salon? There's no male salons. Where are they? They're dead. I mean, if there is a main salon, it's not in business anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to have a good experience, just go for True Fit and Hill once. I mean, it's a $1,500 haircut, I would say.
What?
Yeah.
Who gets a haircut for $1,500?
I think it's because see.
Okay, people do.
He gets a shape for $1,500.
I think he paid $1,500 for his trimmer once.
Yeah, that's all there is.
Yeah,
I do it myself.
Put on the board, brother.
Yeah, I do it myself, man.
You're not much of a fist bumper, are you? Because I got it twice and his hand was just here.
Bro, you mean I'm in the habit of it, man. It'll become a reflex.
Because this is not something I do that often. Right. I don't mind it at all, So it's okay.
Fist bumpings are cool. It's like hygienic.
It's super cool, man.
It's super cool.
Yeah, bro fist.
It's super.
You just use the loo, but you want to say your goodbye. You just like. Hey.
Yeah, it's the Corona handshake. It's the Corona handshake.
Yeah, it's the Corona handshake.
Dude, have you guys heard of this guy called Dualist Inquiry?
Yeah.
I used to intern for OML and I saw him in the washroom, bro. And
was he jerking off?
He was.
Oh. Let me cover those naphthalene balls.
Dualist Inquiry. Why would you jerk off in the freaking office bathroom, bro? Don't do it. But after he was done jerking off,
1 hour 30 minutes.
I actually wanted to shake his hand.
You always know it's a good. It's always a good podcast when you're done 1 hour 20, 30, and you still don't want to stop.
That's just people don't watch it for 1 hour 30. Like, what are this?
We need to start making clips out of those, man.
Yeah, we need to.
Good, 100%.
We need to. Yeah.
Guys, you know what? I'm gonna predict the future. This video is gonna get at least 100,000 views in the next 10 years.
They should get it.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah. We just have to be consistent, right?
consistent.
Everybody was thinking about
guys, are you listening to me?
With an HOI
Can you please hit the subscribe button?
This shit.
I don't want to be.
HOI doesn't deserve a podcast of its
Can
own.
you see a
It needs to be
subscribe button
partnered
down
up.
there somewhere? There's a subscribe
Because,
button.
you know,
I don't want to be that YouTuber who tells you what to do, but you should do it. These guys are talking within themselves a little bit. But hit the subscribe button and share it with your people. Share it with everybody.
Do it right now. Up,
Right now.
up, bell button
You
down.
must be having friends. There must be friends that you have.
No, our viewers
Share it
don't
with
have
your friends.
Or fuck it, don't do it, shut the fuck up, go jerk off. Fuck it, dude. It's
Yeah,
for
man.
me, man. 10 years later, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
I got a little senti there, man. I got a little sentimental. Because,
it's
at the
okay.
end of the day, he said something to me. He said, exponential growth. That's what we want. And I agree with that. It's not that I'm looking to get famous on YouTube, but hey, man, that'll be super cool.
Exponential.
That is what you're looking for. Don't lie to yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
See, if we're doing something, we want to be the best at it. Why would we even want to do a podcast if we're not the
Conor
best?
McGregor shit, dude. 5 years into it, man.
You've seen Mad Max?
Mad Max, no.
Fury Road?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so you remember that character's voice, mediocre. You don't want to be mediocre.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be
No,
mediocre.
I don't like mediocrity. It fucking scares me. Bro, give me like some suggestions for like a lot
I
of
think
shows.
I won't give it to these people. They'll just start their own fucking podcast. Fuck you. Man, get your ideas from Google, not from me. Sorry.
Who are you talking about?
Are we still rolling?
We are rolling.
Yeah, so I'll give you the ideas later, man. Don't
Come
worry.
on, man.
About what? What ideas?
I was gonna ask you about like shows and shit. You watch a lot
Oh,
of shows.
I thought it's about the podcast and how to do about it. I mean, you know it better. How would you ask me, right?
You were telling me about some movies earlier, man. Like some crazy shit.
The once Puff got you high, dude. Like what the fuck? Where are we?
Yeah.
Off tangents.
Man, I'm a little crazy at this point. I feel a little like crazy, bro. Does anybody feel crazy? Let's do something.
I feel
Let's do something
cooperative.
stupid.
This is the ashtray right now.
Don't you have an ashtray? I got you one, bro. Here it is. But Jansher, it was nice to have you here, man. We can
Man.
probably wrap this up now before I get too crazy.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, we should do this
Thank you
again.
for having me.
Cheers, man.
Cheers,
Thank you for
cheers.
coming, making
Should we
time.
do this again?
Yeah, definitely.
100%, man. We should just talk
100%.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did not have a structure, and I made you guys a little late, man. Last moment. Naman did tell me a couple of hours ago, though.
12 hours.
12 hours ago. I was asleep, bro, with my ass off.
Right. No, see, that's alright.
Yeah,
I'm just happy things
Glad
work
you're here,
out.
man.
We should just make things work
Naturally,
out. We
exactly.
should just work out ourselves as well.
This guy and I, we've known each other like just names, HOI, army background.
We've met
friends of
before,
friends.
and you are quite like. We have a lot of mutuals, right?
We have a lot of mutual
Like
friends.
you have been in the same college with the friends I grew up with.
Like whom?
DCAC?
No, you were in.
DCAC, DSC, Delhi College, Delhi School of Economics and Delhi College of
I
Arts
must
and
be
Commerce.
mistaken.
Right. But man, how can people find you, Jansher?
They can just find me.
On-
Bad signal. Bad signal, definitely.
Bad signal?
Bad signal.
Are you
yeah.
Batman?
Probably.
Really?
Really.
Are you on Instagram, bitch?
We'll put his link.
Do you want
man.
people to follow you on Instagram? What if like there's
No,
something
I-
you said today goes viral and then people
I
are
hope
like
it does.
searching?
Well, I want the podcast to be viral. Just like I believe in what Daft Punk does. They hide their faces for a reason because they want their work to be famous. They don't want themselves to be famous.
Sure, dude.
Yes.
That's why
That's true.
that's the Brown Boy show. We have the power of
Yeah.
fucking compounding with the population here.
Exactly.
The brown men.
Yeah, but do leave a link in the description or whatever.
I will.
Sure.
Guys, you should know about HOI if you don't know already. I know the group is dead, but I was a silent member anyway, dude. Like I used to like just watch a little, like watch what's going on, maybe
Yeah.
comment a little bit.
There were days I'd go there, man, and just chill the fuck up.
Yeah, just chill.
First thing in the morning.
Exactly.
HOI, somebody, Priyansh Dhaka posted on HOI.
He's the chief of music right there.
Yeah, and those stickers, people going to Mount.
Yeah, putting it in wrong places, that is not something I appreciate.
Yeah, stripper clubs.
Where did you
That
find
is
the
good.
stickers,
That
bro?
is classic.
You found it in what? Like Charu found it somewhere, right? She was telling
I
me.
found
Yeah.
it in Rishikesh, I found it in Kasol maybe, I found it in maybe Nepal, Pokhara. Some of those places, man. All those guys. Aman Singh Barar gave it to me. I put it on my laptop too. Told to all my friends, we smoked together like some cigarettes.
Crazy, boy, crazy. It's great how things just create themselves, man.
Yeah,
you guys got together, bunch of you boys and girls, and
some
just
good
made it
stuff,
happen
yeah.
like a boss.
Yeah.
And like now you're on to other things. You're
Life goes on.
Life goes on, right? Life goes
Well, there's
on.
so much learning from it, man. So much of community management, so much of moderators coming together, understanding.
It was a bit of a learning curve. for
It
me,
is.
for
It's
sure.
the inception of something new. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
it
Nobody
is.
else was doing it. It's
Yeah.
not something you copied.
No, it was something which is already there. We just made it out of our own, you know.
Okay, like Steve Jobs.
No, not exactly Steve
Steal
Jobs.
Steal it to the point it makes
You guys like
feel
get
you're
together,
wrong.
so like
What's wrong with having your own version of something which is already there? Right.
Yeah, most of it is derived knowledge anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
What we are speaking, we read it.
Inspiration is better than innovation, I would say.
You must be getting hit up by a lot of women, right, Jansher?
No, not really.
You're the meme lord. They want some of that.
That's just an online persona. I'm a pretty simple guy.
Right.
Yeah, do you have a girlfriend?
Not right now.
You had a girlfriend before HOI?
He wants a wife who can cook him salads.
You don't have to cook salads, bro. You just have to chop them.
Yeah, exactly.
Chop them, clean them, eat them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, fucked up. Let's
Somebody's
close this.
cooking it. It's a chef.
Alright, guys.
Cheers, man.
It was nice having you.
Yeah.
Yes,
wrap up, man.
find Jansher on Instagram. Find the Brown Boy Show on Instagram.
Don't miss on the fruit penis.
Yeah,
The fruit penis.
Yeah.
very good actually.
Yeah.
And
Bushes
signing
like
out, guys.
Alright,
Subscribe. I love you all. I love you, motherfuckers. Cheers.